In 1990, when I returned to South Africa from exile, 8 out of 10 workers at a restaurant were South African. And 2, probably Malawian or Zimbabwe. And today, almost 100% is non-South African. So the new economy that we're getting into after the lifting of the lockdown must answer that question. That any establishment wanting to reopen must have a new labor market policy which prioritizes South Africans, but does not discriminate against Zimbabwean or Malawians. But the proportion of South Africans working in a restaurant must be greater than that of non-South Africans. That's a new economy that we're talking about. In the agricultural sector, similarly, and people who want to approach banks or government for funding and so on must demonstrate that they do have a labor market and employment policy that favors South Africans. Nothing is xenophobic.
This is a coalition government of the parties which have not been able to get more than 50% of the vote. And I would like to insist on this. Conceptually, this is not a government of national unity we're talking about. We're talking about a coalition of parties to form a government. And I think that's very important.
Is a GNU a Faustian pact? It's the question, sir, you asked on X. Faustian, my understanding is that it's basically something that is done for present gain without regard of future cost or consequence. What's your concern, sir?
I want to emphasize once again that conceptually, we're not dealing with a government of national unity here. We're dealing with a coalition of parties to try and form a government. The danger that we have here is the following, and I thought I should make this point. When you have so many parties coming together to form a government, the question is then what happens of the distinction between the executive and the legislature? Will these parties in parliament behave differently to the way they would behave because they're part of the government? Maybe we should look at it differently. We should look at a situation where a few parties, maybe the ANC, DA, IFP, maybe the MK party, if they so wish, form the core of the government. The other parties probably would say, given this situation in which we are in, certain legislation we are going to agree with and others will not agree with, in order to get the wheels rolling. And most important of the vote that must be held in Parliament will be the budget vote. Because if the budget is not passed in February or whenever that is, there will be no government whatsoever. So once again, a coalition government, not a government of national unity. We have to make a distinction between the executive and legislature in order to make sure that the separation of powers stays in place. Otherwise, we are having a political amoeba.
The former finance minister Tito Mboweni passes away at the age of 65 following a short illness at a hospital in Johannesburg on 12 October 2024. Anyway, amigos, welcome you back to Street of Entertainment. I am Pops and I'm reporting back for nothing but then the trending news on the street. But then this one is so heartbreaking. I know that today is Sunday, so I do not want to waste your time. Let's get into it. South Africa mourns the loss of former finance minister Tito Mboweni, who passed away at the age of 65. He was known for his sharp economic mind and unique leadership style. Mboweni left an indelible mark on South Africa's political and financial landscape. Mboweni served as the country's finance minister, where he navigated complex economic challenges and advocated for fiscal responsibility. His legacy includes his work as the South African Reserve Bank as the first black governor and his various contributions to shaping national financial policies. Beyond his career in finance, Mboweni became a beloved public figure on social media, where he often shared his love for cooking, sparkling joy and conversation with his peers. He was seen as a man of the people, engaging with with citizens and openly discussing his views on national matters. President Cyril Ramaphosa, along with government officials, colleagues, and loved ones, have expressed their deep condolences. In a statement, Ramaphosa said Tito was a committed public servant who dedicated his life to improving the economic future of South Africa. He will be remembered for his intellect, his sense of honor, and his underlying love for his country. Mboweni's death leaves a significant void in both the political and social spheres of South Africa. He will be remembered not only for his impact on the country's financial stability, but also for his relatable personality and warm interaction with the public. And then details about the memorial service and funeral will be announced in due course. So guys, I just wanted to report to you that no man, Tito Mboweni is no more. It looks like this days or this year, this was the hardest year, more especially when it comes to our country, South Africa, because we lost so many legends, and then it's so difficult for us to forget, because those are the people whom we look and then we see that no, I can do this. If Tito Mboweni did this, I can also do this. If Solimuhulu did this, I can still do it. Like guys, so we lost them already, and then now it's time for us to say a final goodbye to them. And then I just pray for the family so that they can be able to get strength and be able to go through all of this journey of bearing their beloved one, for which is the legend Tito Mboweni. He was so educated, guys. Like, I loved his English, I loved his energy, like he was so creative. So guys, if there's anything that you remember about Tito Mboweni, please do not hesitate to comment down below. Let us continue with this conversation on the comment section below. And I love you so much. Do not forget to subscribe and hit the bell, and also follow me on all my social media platforms. I am available on Facebook, Twitter, and also YouTube. I love you so much, and I'll see you on my next Just Now. Bye bye.